Hey everyone, it's Lydia here at Lydia's Leisurely Stitching. Today is Sunday, October 5th, 2025, and welcome to my Flosstube video. If you're a returning viewer, thanks for coming back. It's great to see you again and to spend some more time with you. And if you're new, thanks for stopping by and checking me out. I hope you find something you like and find a reason to subscribe and come back in the future. So today I have my projects to show you. I have a couple of shout outs and a tiny bit of haul, and then I have a question for you about my future plans coming up. So I figure that I'll start with the shout outs. Two people shouted me out recently, and so I wanted to say thank you to them and return the favor. So the first one is Bitten by the Stitchy Bug, Vicky, and she started the museum shelf around the same time that I did. So if you're interested in seeing more progress on the museum shelf, be sure to go check her out. And then the other one was Dawn at the Busy Mom Stitcher, and I've watched her for a while now. She has lots of full coverage projects, so if that's something that you're interested in, be sure to check her out as well. And then somebody that doesn't have a lot of subscribers that I feel should have more would be Erin at Hiking in Stitches, and she's Walking in Stitches on Instagram, and she has 21 videos, so she's got a lot for you to go and check out. She's doing several sals, or has done several sals. I know she's working on the Peppermint Purple Blackwork sal, which is just gorgeous. And she recently finished the Extraordinary Birds, and then she's also working on the Hade sal. She's doing the Steampunk Portal. So if any of those things are things that you're interested in, go and give her a view and check her out as well. So those are my shout outs, and I guess we'll just go ahead and get into the whips. I'll save the haul for the end in case you're not interested in that. So in the month of September, it was not my greatest stitching month. It was the second lowest month so far this year, and I had my second no stitchy day of the year in September. I just really wasn't feeling like stitching, and I said, you know what, like, it doesn't matter if I don't stitch for a day. You know, this is a hobby, I'm supposed to enjoy it, so if I'm not having fun, then don't do it. So I didn't, and that is a-okay. But in September, I did a total of 14,733 stitches, and of those, 13,271 were full coverage stitches, and 1,462 were non-full coverage stitches. And I only have one non-full coverage project to show you today. I did work on Poltergeist Pirates for about 200 stitches in September, but I believe I did that before I filmed my last video, so you've already seen that, and 200 stitches isn't a lot to see anyways, so we won't worry about showing that today. And I will just show you the other one I've been working on, which is Pixie Lane, and this is what it'll look like when it's finished. This was a free sal from Pine Needles. I believe they're a cross-stitch store in Utah. And this is what it looked like last time I showed it to you. I'm stitching this on 32 count frog prints lugana from Grace Notes Fabrics. I got this at the Grace Notes retreat that I went to earlier this year, and here it is now. So the last time I showed it to you, I was working on the third house, which is the log with the beehive on it. So I finished that one up, and then I have started working on the acorn house. So the log did have some French knots on those mushrooms, and I think they turned out pretty well. Now, the acorn house. When I was stitching it, I was like, man, I really wish this top was a darker color. And I was like, you know what, just trust the pattern. And I didn't even bother to go look at the finish that I have saved the picture of. And then I did go look at it, and it was a darker color. So the thing is that I I printed off the paper pattern for the first 3 houses, and then the last 2 I did not print off. I figured I would print them off when I got to it, but I haven't been around a printer, so I haven't done that. And when I printed off the first 3 houses, I also printed off the key that came with the first release that said this is the key for the whole project. And then when I went back and saw that they had used a darker color for the acorn top, it said use the key in release 3, which was the block with the beehive on it. And I had already thrown away that key because I was just going off the master key that came with the first release. And so the top of the acorn house is actually supposed to be that darker brown color in the beehive house. But I had already stitched in the window of the acorn top and the little stem, and I've anchored my stitches of the main part of the acorn house underneath the stitches of the top of the acorn. So pulling it out would be a real big ordeal and something I'm not really interested in doing. It does come with a little bit of backstitch in the top of the acorn. So I'm planning on doing that in a darker brown color, and hopefully that will provide enough contrast. But yeah, so this is my 30 minutes a day, and I did 1,256 stitches over 19 days, and then I've also gone ahead and done 311 stitches so far in October. So that is Pixie Lane, and that's the only non-full coverage project I have to show you today. The next one I'll show you is Museum Shelf, and this is what it'll look like when it's finished. This is artwork by Aimee Stewart, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs, and I'm doing the supersized color expansion version. And here's what it looked like last time I showed it to you. I'm stitching this on 28 count easy grid lugana, 1/1 full cross. And this is a really big piece of fabric, so I'll do my best to fold it up. And here it is now. So in the month of September, I did 1,252 stitches on it. And I went from 0.79% complete to 0.99% complete. And that only counts the stitches that I'm doing. I'm not doing the gold frame around it. So that's just the inside, which is a little over 635,000 stitches, if I remember correctly. So I started filling in more of the discus man. I was trying to finish this first page, and so there was a lot of confetti to fill in around here, which has also come in down here. So you can see the discus here and his hand, and then this will be his arm. And I worked on it for 4 days, and I'm not really happy with this. One thing is I'm having a hard time getting this piece of fabric to hold tension in my hoop. I used the same hoop for all of my projects except Pixie Lane. That one's in a tiny little hoop. But I use the same hoop for everything else, including Once Upon a Fairytale, which is on the same 28 count easy count fabric. And Once Upon a Fairytale doesn't have any problems holding tension. So I don't know what it is about this particular piece of fabric that has problem holding tension. And then because this is the color expansion version, there's a lot of confetti, and I'm finding that my stitches are kind of bumpy looking, and I don't appreciate that. So I'm not really happy with this at this point, and at least for the month of October, I'm going to take a break from this. I'm not sure when I'll get back to it. I'm considering changing the fabric, maybe doing a 25 count, and then maybe there'll be more space for all the confetti stitches. I am kind of interested in doing 22 count that Max Color Stitcher does, but I am worried about the amount of see-through that you would see in the fabric. So this one's going away for now, and I'm not sure about its future. So that's museum shelf. The next one I'll show you, this is Victorian Christmas Eve, and this is what it'll look like when it's finished. This is artwork and charted by Sandy Littlejohn and Deborah Lester. They go by the Cross Stitch Arts. And this is what it looked like last time I showed it to you. I'm stitching this on 32 count pearl gray lugana, 2/2 full cross. This one does have partial stitches in it, like fractional stitches, like a lot of quarter stitches, and it will have back stitch. So I think that stitching on the even weave is a good call for this project if any of you ever do it. And this is where I am at right now. So my goal for this each month is to do 1,260 stitches. And in September, where are we? In September, I did 1,259 stitches. So just one off from my goal. I thought I had hit my goal and I'd already put away all my stuff when I realized I was one stitch short. But I worked on filling in the bottom of the pink dress that the lady is wearing. And that took me 4 days and took me from 77% complete to 79.74% complete. So we're almost at 80%. I'll pull it back and show you the whole thing. So my goal is to have this done with enough time to frame it for next Christmas. So if I stick to my goal of 1,260 stitches a month, I'll finish it with enough time to do 1 page of backstitching a month, and then enough time to get it framed for next Christmas. So that's exciting. So this will be one of 2 full coverage finishes next year. So lots of exciting stuff coming up, and good reason to subscribe and come back again in the future. So that's Victorian Christmas Eve. The next one I'm going to show you, this is Ornament Log Cabin Home, and this is what it'll look like when it's finished. This is artwork by Dominic Davison and charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. And let me see if I can find it. Yep, that's it. This is what it looked like last time I showed it to you. This is stitched on 25 count, easy count lugana, 1/1 full cross. And my goal each month is to do 2,200 stitches. And I'm kind of in the middle right now, so it's kind of hard to show you where I've been working. Let's see. There we go. So I worked on filling in this part here. So I worked on filling in some of the house and then this bit of greenery that comes through in the cutout of the house. This here is the start of the truck, and this will be the truck bed. These stitches I haven't filled in, they're dark reds, dark browns for the truck bed. So in September, I did 2,860 stitches, so I met my goal of 2,200 stitches, and it went from 73.54% complete to 76.5% complete. So I passed the 75% complete mark. So I'll unfold it and show you the whole thing. There's the whole thing. Very exciting. So down here, these flowers are a lot of confetti, and they go along the edge of the pond, and so there are a lot more of those. So I'm going to be getting into some more difficult stitching, and that's okay, we'll get it done. And so this is the second full coverage finish that I have planned for next year. This I started in October, I believe 3 years ago. So this is its birthday month. So it'll definitely need to get some stitches this month to celebrate that. And I'm planning on having finished it in time for next October. And then the last project I have to show you, this is Once Upon a Fairytale. And this is what it'll look like when it's finished. This is artwork by Jenna and Della Grottaglia Maldonado, and it is charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. And this is what it looked like last time I showed it to you. And this is stitched on 28 count easy count lugana 1/1 full cross. And this one is also getting big. So, my goal for this each month is to do 7,600 stitches until the end of the year. I'm trying to get it to 25% by the end of the year. And this one had its birthday in September. I started this on September 24th last year. So I'm trying to get it to 25% by the end of this year. And so for the month of September, I worked on filling in this page here. And I did 7,900 stitches exactly. And I've already done another 2,192 stitches so far this month. I've been working on this page here. And I did start this page last month, but we're going to finish it up here in October. So I'll pull it back so you can see the whole thing. I love the owl, and this is going to be a big one. So the owl is halfway down, and this page up here is halfway across. So I don't really understand how 25% is going to happen when it's already at 21.79%. So if I do this page and the page next to it, I should be at 25%. So I don't know how that math works, but whatever. We'll see where we get to. Okay, so that's all of the whips I have to show you. Like I said, it wasn't my best stitching month, but I'm proud of what I got done. And yeah, I think that realistically, the numbers that I have been putting up are not very sustainable. In the month of September, I started working on getting more physical activity in, and so I've been walking like 20 miles a week, and that takes time away from stitching, and that's okay. I need to focus on my physical health in addition to my stitching. Yeah, so that's what I've been up to. I do have a tiny bit of haul that I want to show you. I've been trying to get into the Fabric of the Month Club with Color and Cotton for years. And I haven't gone into that, but they have started a new club. It's called the Color Wheel, and I believe there's 4 or 5 months that you sign up for at a time, and they give you 4 or 5 pieces of fabric that are in the same color. So the first one that I signed up for is the color blue. So I've gotten my first 2 pieces of fabric from that, and I thought I would show them to you. So this first one is Dutch blue, and it's their medium blue. And these are both 28 count. Maybe a little bit lighter than that. 28 count lugana. And then the other one, this is Capri, and this is called Pale. So let's see if I put them together. Yeah, so this one's Capri, and it's lighter than Dutch blue. And I just got the email today that they're getting ready to ship out my October one. I'm excited for that. I love blue. I'm hoping that they'll do green next, because I don't have a lot of green, and so that would be good to add to my stash or gray. I love a good gray. Yep. So that's my haul. And then I wanted to talk to you a little bit about plans. So I have my set goals for my 3 main full coverage pieces. I don't have a set goal for museum shelf. And 24 hours of cross stitch marathon weekend is coming up. It's going to be 17th, 18th, 19th of October. And that happens to be my birthday week. So I'm going to take Friday the 17th off of work. So I'm planning on participating in 24 hours of cross stitch. I, of course, will be team sleep. I love sleep, so I'm not going to give that up. And my goal is to do 800 stitches a day for Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And I wanted to ask you, I'm planning on maybe doing a little vlog about it. And I was wondering, would you like to see all 24 hours on one piece, which would probably be Fairytale? Or would you like me to do 8 hours each on 3 pieces, which would be Fairytale? I'm thinking Poltergeist Pirates because it's October, so that piece deserves some love. And then another piece, I'm not sure. It might be Cabin or it might be something else, I'm not sure. So let me down in the comments down below which you would prefer, 24 hours on one piece or 8 hours each on 3 pieces. And what piece maybe you would pick if you do want me to do 3 pieces. What piece would you pick to be my 3rd piece? Well, I was going to show you Poltergeist Pirates, but it has fallen down, so I can't reach it right now. So you'll just have to wait and see that at the end of October. So yeah, thanks for coming and spending some time with me today. I really appreciate it. Thank you to all of those that give me a like, leave a comment, and have subscribed. It's really great to know that sharing my videos is appreciated and that y'all enjoy them. And I will see you again at the end of October. Bye, everyone.